Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. I'm recording this in Erbil, Iraq. I was here for the first time in 2015, and now 7 years later, after many other visits, I'm back. Yesterday I visited many of our businesses that you have helped in your generosity. I'll have more reports about that soon, but please continue to pray, both for me but also for our persecuted brothers and sisters throughout the Middle East. O God, be gracious and bless us, and let your face shed its light upon us. So begins Psalm 66, often said in the daily office or the breviary at the start of the day. In John's Gospel, chapter 15, Philip says to Jesus, "Show us the Father, and that will be enough for us." Jesus responds, "Philip, to have seen me is to have seen the Father." The light shining from the face of Christ is the light of the Father. The blessing of seeing the face of Christ is the gift we will soon celebrate at Christmas. God has become man, and we can look upon him. That's why we can revere holy images, icons, for example, because of the incarnation. We don't worship the image, but they do become a window in which we can enter into the mystery of the divine. A holy icon of the face of Christ is a way we can gaze, in some sense, into the sacred humanity of the Lord and feel the blessing and the light and the warmth of his face. In the priestly blessing of Aaron in the book of Numbers in the Old Testament, he prays that the Lord make his face shine upon you, the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and give you his peace. The peace of Christ, which St. Paul tells us is beyond all human understanding, comes from the shining countenance of the Lord. It's a warming presence, driving away the sadness of weariness and despondency. Every year I find something holds my attention during Advent, whether it be a particular character like St. Joseph or St. John the Baptist, or a theme which jumps out. This year, for some reason, it's been the idea of the warmth or the fire of Christ. I referred to it in a Nugget a week or two ago. That was confirmed when I read a short quote by one of the greatest of the Russian Orthodox Saints, Saint Seraphim of Sarov. Seraphim, who died in 1833, spent much of his monastic life as a hermit in the forest in Russia. As with so many of the saints, his holiness seemed to bring a harmony with the natural world. Wild animals would come to his hut, and he was even seen once feeding a bear by hand. Despite being a hermit, people would come to him to receive spiritual wisdom. He was known as an elder. I'm going to read his quote in entirety, in his words in entirety. I think they beautifully enunciate the scriptures I've quoted and the imagery of being blessed by the warmth coming from the face of the Lord. St. Seraphim said, "God is a fire that warms the heart. Hence, if we feel in our hearts the cold which comes from the devil, for the devil is cold, let us call on the Lord. He will come to warm our hearts with perfect love, and the cold of him who hates the good will flee before the heat of his countenance." The heart of hell, according to Dante, was ice. The devil is cold, says St. Seraphim, the fiery one, for that's what his name means. Sin and the hating of the good freezes the heart. Only the warmth of the face of Christ can thaw out that coldness. As Advent enters its last furlong, pray that the Lord will lift his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Brethren, rejoice, be perfected, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace, and the God of peace and love will be with you.